Since these guys are too masculine to examine the intricacies of Drake's.
Don't nobody want to
Yeah, we're not examining
the fact that Lush is fascinating. Lush thinking about getting his own BBL. That's why.
We know that going to BBL. We know that Drake's abs, Lush.
This was the real question that I had for y'all. If you guys could, if you didn't have to work out and you had enough money, and you could just insert
negative
abs,
when you're a man, you're a man. You
No.
don't have to. Once you're successful, it don't matter what you look like.
No, we're not never gonna say that.
I'm saying
first of all, getting surgery is the most made you can do as a man if it's not to save your life. If you're getting cosmetic surgery as a man, you're now a woman. You cannot skip the hard part. Being fit is hard.
I disagree with that.
No, being fit. Listen,
is hair transplant cosmetic surgery?
Being fit is hard.
Yes, it is.
Being fit is hard. Being fat is hard. Life is hard, but you got to choose your hard. It's not about the results of working out so much as it is the person you become along the journey. You pick up certain characteristics as a man that unless you struggled in life, you can't get those characteristics and become that type of man.
I disagree with that, bro, because you can have like a mole or disfigure and you want to get that fixed. You know what I mean? Like if you got like a mole or something like where it's just obviously like, man, if I get this off, I'll look way better. I disagree with you on that. I feel like you can't just say it's any type of cosmetic surgery. Like, you know that Dr. Pimple Popper when they be having like bumps and shit?
Or what about burn
That's
victims?
a pimple.
What about burn victims?
No, Lush.
Burn victims, come on, Lush. We're talking about we're talking about BBLs. You guys are using the exact.
But what happened?
But you just said you did just say
clarify.
You did just say all cosmetic surgery.
No, dude. If you were born naturally with it, I am also of the school of thought that you should just leave it how it is. I even have a big issue with braces and all that, especially when 40-year-old overweight women get braces and they really should be getting a treadmill. But the whole thing with Drake, I think the ab thing, of course the abs are fake. That's obvious. For one, just his workload, where does Drake have the time to get a bodybuilder level set of abs with? Because we definitely don't see no workouts or nothing like that. I actually knew a guy who trained Drake, and Drake is not a person who is really super committed to working out.
Is that the rebuttal to
But
Kendrick?
listen,
He's like, fuck it, this song.
This is what I'm pointing out. What I would say with the abs is it points to Drake's work ethic in the sense of his originality, his ability to just do things himself. He has ghostwriters. He does a lot. A lot of what he does is manufactured, and it involves a lot of people doing a lot of the heavy lifting, and Drake coming in the end and getting the credit for it. Same thing with the abs. This guy just showed me that he's not really about doing things the right way or going through the long route to get it. He's more of an instant gratification dude, and that's why he couldn't hang with Kendrick.
He can grind, but all this still screams with all that money he got, still insecure about himself. Going to get a BBL with millions of dollars or whatever type of surgery he needed to get, like you just said, instead of grinding for it, makes no sense, makes zero sense. He doesn't feel like he's the man that he perceives himself to be, and that's all that. That shit weak as fuck.
Does that give you strength? That's what I want to know. So if you get like fake muscles,
no, it does not come with strength. So you have to train your muscles to get the strength, bro.
Yeah. So really, there's not much of a point other than like aesthetics, right? That's the only point for doing that.
But I'm saying, as a man, how could you look yourself in the mirror and feel like a man knowing you went under the knife to get abs?
Well, clearly he's doing it for the females. I mean, he's pandering to the women. You know what I mean? He did some light skin. That's literally like some light skin shit, bro. And
I don't even think that was pandering to the women, because most women will lie and say they prefer a dad bod over the super ripped up type of body. So he really pandering damn near to the men.
You know, in reality, like if like anybody who's like, if you got a dad bod and you got a right, if she had the ability to snap her fingers and make you more cut, she would.
No, some women out of insecurity of themselves would not, because they think by you looking fat, sloppy, busted, and disgusted that one, that you're going to submit to her. Two, less girls are going to want you when you walk out the house. So they see a guy like
cheaters
me,
is all shapes and sizes. You know that.
Every bitch
See, this is why I have a huge issue with you guys.
You do,
no. This is why I have a huge issue. Wait.
Of course he has an issue.
Hey, let me get my point out. This is why people like me are needed on these type of podcasts, because this nigga is a hypocrite. You like fat but
like,
wait
a
minute. Let me finish. You love fat. You're a chubby chaser, admittedly. So what I'm saying,
I like women.
It's a difference between thick.
I like women.
It's a difference between thick and fat, though.
Can I say what I gotta
how
say
is he
before you?
telling me
Hey,
who
we
I
don't
like?
need the glazing. We don't need the glazing. We
I
know
didn't
you
say
here.
it's the difference.
Listen,
The fat
you-
nigga always got a problem with
let
the
me
fit
say what I
niggas.
gotta say.
Fat
You-
niggas always got a
Let me
problem
say
with
what
the
I gotta
fit
say,
niggas.
bro.
Go ahead.
You like fat chicks, but then in turn you will say no women like dudes who are fluffy. You said women pretend.
So are you fluffy?
Wait a minute.
God
You will say,
Fluffy is crazy,
listen,
bro.
you will say women have to pretend to like this type of body, but we know that there are people who genuinely like different body types, and you are one of them. You're
No.
being a hypocrite.
No.
People like different body types, but for the most part, if you put 2 and 2 in with the same amount of money, same amount of everything, and they had to choose, they're going to choose the fit man 9 times out of 10.
Of course.
They're not going to just go after the fat person.
I don't agree with that.
Of course, the
I don't
fat
agree with
people
that.
never gonna agree with that.
Why?
The fat person will never
Because-
agree with
I mean,
that.
I'm a big myself. I ain't
dudes are
never
with-
had an issue.
Hey,
Like,
fat
it don't.
dudes are
Hold
with
on.
women.
Let me rebuttal.
But-
Fat women have fire pussy. They might got some
Yes,
of the best
yeah.
pussy around.
Yes.
It's like a crock pot down
This
there.
is a
nigga, that
fact.
should be
shit is
seasoned.
heating
A
up
crock
all
pot.
day
And
long.
they get the best head.
They get the best head. They can
It's
cook.
not even close.
They be nice as hell.
It's not even
They
close
always
as far
got
as
good
that.
jobs.
That's
They
not
always
true.
drive
No.
nice
Fat
cars.
bitches give the
Nah,
best
you
head.
ain't lying. That's true.
I'm not.
Hey,
I'm not
hey,
disrespecting,
Lush,
no.
And
That's
everything
true.
y'all saying, and if y'all find one that's not fat to do the exact same thing, which one you gonna pick?
I'm gonna go with the
Does
thicker
she-
one. I like them
If
thick.
you
But-
got
but-
ass and titties.
No,
I
but
like
this
ass
is the
and
point.
titties.
I'm not,
You-
but that's not fat. That don't make you fat because you got ass.
Bro,
and
it's
titties,
girls
like-
who are crazy about big dudes, fat dudes. Like, I think it's people who have a certain attraction. I mean, I had a chick who was like, I just love the way your stomach rub up against my clit when you and it just drives me crazy.
Bro,
I mean, there's different women. You can't speak. You're trying to speak for women, and you're not
I
a
am.
woman.
I am because when women are
A
with guys
nigga who
that,
loves fat
I can
bitches
tell
like
you,
nobody loves
when
fat
we're on the
dudes.
beach and guys like you are sitting with a t-shirt and socks on,
I don't wear
trying to
t-shirts to the
hide
beach.
themselves, and then I walk
T-shirt
by
and
with my
socks.
shirt off, they're watching me. I wishing they could leave with me, but they know they stuck with this fat.
Well, that
But in the back of their
that
mind,
woman-
they want to leave with me.
that woman likes a dude with a certain type of body, but every woman on the beach ain't like, oh man, look
No,
at
I
this
agree-
dude.
Look, I agree
That's
with
silly.
He's
I
on
agree with
dope.
viral way unless the chick really likes tall dudes, and then he's probably wrong.
Right,
You
that's
feel
what I
me?
was
Like,
gonna say.
But as
Listen,
far as
even
like,
the ones-
if
even
she
the ones that like
tall
tall
niggas,
dudes.
when you fit and you hit the beach, you hit a country, you hit another state, anywhere
That's
else,
universal.
you're peeling out. If you go jump in a pool or anything, they gonna be watching you whether they with a nigga or without they nigga. 9 times out of 10, that's a fact.